Coming up on CTV News, a new bus system is hoping to change how you get around the city. And the snow is already falling, but what does it take to remove it from campus? Plus, an in-depth look at the new 3D printing lab that's open for business. All this and more tonight on CTV News.
Hello and welcome to CTV News. I'm Lena Howland.
And I'm Mackenzie O'Keefe. Thanks for joining us tonight. Homelessness is a problem across the country that is often overlooked, but it's a major problem here in Fort Collins as well. Based on city census data, 518 people were said to be homeless in March of 2010. This means that about 1 in every 300 men, women, and children were homeless in our town alone. There are many ways the city is trying to help these people. One way is through homeless shelters and nonprofits like Homeless Gear.
I think the biggest barrier for the Fort Collins community is awareness. I think a lot of people assume that the average homeless person is like a middle-aged man on the street corner, and that's not really the case. Most people that are homeless you wouldn't know are homeless.
For a full story on how you can help the homeless people around town, tune in to CTV next Tuesday.
A new bus system is revolutionizing transportation. How you get around town might start changing starting next spring. CTV reporter Carrie O'Connor has the story.
Roads have been closed and traffic has increased. The last year of construction has created many detours, all thanks to the new Max Transit. This bus system has been a main focus for the city of Fort Collins. It is a modern bus that operates on its own street. It will run parallel with College Avenue, but will never have to deal with traffic.
It'll feel like riding a train the way these buses are designed. They're going to be coming and going really fast. It'll get you north or south to north fast. I mean, real fast.
The new system will be similar to the Transport bus system, but the buses will look like this. It will cost about $1.25 for a one-way ride, and the buses will run between Harmony Road to Old Town. Behind me will be the location of one of 19 Max Transit centers after construction is completed. This station will be on campus just behind the Animal Science building. But there is still a lot of work to be done before the buses will be running. Max Transit hopes to open in the spring and construction deadlines are approaching.
Yeah, we're going to start working 6 days a week.
The final deadline for construction is in the beginning of 2014, and the Max Transit system plans to be open by next May. Reporting for CTV News, Carrie O'Connor.
The Max buses have just arrived in town, and hiring and training for bus drivers will begin in January.
The Plaza has always been known as the place on campus for open thought and opinion. But lately, discussions have come up about the presence of religious demonstrators. Some students feel that certain religious groups have gone too far.
I feel like overall, like everyone's entitled to their opinion, but when you express it in such a manner where you're telling other people that they're going to be subject to ill consequences because they don't believe in your faith, I think you're out of bounds, and it's not as effective as trying to inform them and actually educate them.
Public demonstrations are allowed on campus due to First Amendment rights. And an apartment complex explosion prompted the bomb squad and left many people out of their homes last night. It happened at the Brookview apartment complex off of Stewart Street. The bomb squad did not find any evidence of a bomb, and police are still investigating the cause. The explosion blew out windows and destroyed the kitchen of one apartment. There are no reports of injuries. People say they could feel the explosion from over 100 feet away.
The Student Center is not exactly complete right now, but after construction it will be an entirely new building. This week, Sydney Shawls from Ecolab takes a look into the past history of the LSC.
Just a little curious about what's going on behind that fence these days. Today, however, let's take a look at the Laurie Student Center through the years.
The Laurie Student Center has seen big changes since 1962. For instance, the Sculpture Garden used to be a campus ice rink. The LSC ballrooms are some of the largest in the region and will be expanding during construction. The plaza was originally modeled after St. Mark's Square in Italy and has grown to offer students free speech opportunities.
These snapshots truly demonstrate the LSC's sustainability. Now witness a new era of progress.
The new Student Center is a big step toward a new future for Colorado State. Stay tuned on Tuesdays for updates from Sydney about the construction. And now Ashley Wallinger is here with the weekly weather updates. Ashley, I can't believe it snowed last Friday.
I can't believe it did either, and most students were not expecting it, but luckily that system has pushed through. A few days ago, we're looking at temperatures close to 70 degrees in Fort Collins, Denver, and across the state. They did reach the 70s across the southeastern plains. I have a look at tonight's lows and the 7-day forecast coming up next. Back to you, Lena.
Thanks, Ashley. I can't wait to hear more about the unseasonably warm temperatures coming up this weekend.
Plus, the men behind the shoveled sidewalks. Take a look at how ROTC students have to prepare campus when it snows. Stay tuned.
Bring out the action hero in you. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.
RBIs and 36 homers. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it deep back into the stand.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to CTV. I'm Ashley Wallinger. Well, the snow system we saw last weekend has definitely pushed off, and we're seeing more seasonable temperatures across the state today. We are seeing temperatures back to more like the 60s, and it's been plenty of sunshine. So for all of you out there who don't like the snow, I know I don't like it either. It should be gone for a few days. We'll be going into the 50s overnight tonight, and the winds are out of the west at 3 miles per hour. We'll be seeing the temperatures start to dip down as we move through the rest of the night, but overall it should be fairly warm. As we go into tomorrow, that's when we've seen temperatures start to cool off a little. It'll be in the 60s across Fort Collins, Denver, and Colorado Springs. It'll still be in the 70s across the southeastern part of the state, and Vail's looking pretty nice at 49 degrees tomorrow. Going into the next few days, we do start to see a slight cool down Wednesday into Thursday, but we do start to see the temperatures start to warm back up as we move into the weekend. Friday will be back to the 60s. Saturday and Sunday are looking back into the mid-60s with plenty of sunshine. The only chance for some rain and possibly snow comes Monday. We may see some of that snow move into the higher terrain Monday night, but overall we're seeing it next few days looking very sunny and warm. That's all the weather I have for you today. Back to you, Lena.
Thanks, Ashley. A massive snowstorm took down more than 400 trees nearly 2 years ago from this weekend. Now, with winter just weeks away, many people are wondering what CSU is doing to stay one step ahead of the storm.
We show up around 5 a.m.
Hours prior to potential snowstorms, Air Force ROTC students like Luke Webb are called in for snow patrol.
We get shovels, buckets of salt. We just go to different entrances of all the buildings and just shovel away, throw some salt down.
They're trying to prevent situations like this. You're taking a look at video from a winter storm that swept across campus in 2011. Luke, who was a sophomore at the time, remembers that cold October day as if it happened yesterday.
It was crazy, like the last day looks like that, and then next morning it's all just covered in snow, destroyed.
That storm took the campus by surprise. From that point forward, CSU's facilities management team has been gearing up for another major disaster.
This year I think we have 3 new tool cats with brooms on them, and then we had to order a new sander.
Unkept trees pose a hazard for students. As heavy snow builds up on branches, the weight could cause them to collapse. Over the next few weeks, crews will be out in full force trimming them.
We prune the trees for obvious structural deficits, and then we keep our eye to the weather reports.
Preparing for a storm is a team effort, which is why Fred is happy to have an extra set of helping hands on the ground.
I think whenever there's student involvement, it is a real positive thing.
If it happens, we'll clean it up, we'll just take the punches as they come.
After all, it's not a matter of if, but when another disaster will strike. And when that day comes, these students are confident they'll be ready.
Even though we're still having warm temperatures just a few weeks into fall, don't let that fool you. Meteorologists predict we could experience one of the harshest winters this year. And hopefully that snow will hold off for just a little bit longer because Halloween is coming up next week. After the break, we'll take a look at how some students are preparing.
Plus, the new 3D printing lab is up and running, how you can help make your very own product. See how after the break. Don't go away.
Packers, Vikings,
Red State, Blue State.
We come from different places. Uptown. But when we live united, we create real lasting change in the education, income, and health of our country. Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Sign up at liveunited.org.
Shelters are the best places to find a new pet. You little rascal. That's where you'll discover healthy, loyal, and loving animals. Oh, ladies first. Eager to become a part of your family. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Ever had an idea that you wanted to bring to life? CTV reporter Meg Dudenhafer shares the latest on the new 3D printing lab.
CSU's 3D printing lab gives students the opportunity to create, design, and develop their ideas into reality.
Sky's the limit, really. We have had over 1,600 projects, 1,600 individual prints come through the lab since we opened up in March.
Students from any major can access any of their 11 printers and use computer software to make their ideas into a full 3D model.
We've had architecture students doing building models of buildings and designing their own buildings and then printing them out on our printers. We've seen vet students doing bones for research.
No matter what your expertise or knowledge on 3D printing, the resources at ID2 Product Lab are available and give students a leg up when it comes to seeking a job after graduation.
Learning how to draw something, learning how to design something using computer software is an extremely powerful thing too, and very sought after skill by employers. It's a great way to, really stretch your imaginations.
There is an initial fee for students who want to use the lab, and it is located down in the basement of the engineering building. In Fort Collins, Meg Dudenhafer, CTV 11 News.
Now, if you would like more information on the technology behind 3D printing, you can check out their website or go to the lab located in the engineering building.
Just in time for Halloween, CSU students are gearing up to fight off some zombies. How exactly do you fight off zombies? With Nerf guns like these. The Human vs. Zombies event will take place all around campus, and it's free to all students. All you need is a Nerf gun and a bandana to play. How you wear the bandana determines if you are a human or a zombie. Organizers say come out and get involved.
It's a lot of fun. It's a great way to blow off steam, especially after all the midterms that are coming.
The annual Human vs. Zombie event will take place on Thursday, October 24th to Saturday, October 26th. If you have any questions or want to sign up, stop by the plaza and look for the table full of Nerf guns. And with Halloween coming up, the Off-Campus Life office is requesting that if you're having a party, you register it by this Thursday, October 24th. You can register at the Off-Campus Life office in the LSC West. Make sure that 2 household members go to register the party and bring valid IDs. Remember that registering your party could help you avoid a $1,000 noise violation fine.
All right, that sounds good to me. Mackenzie, are you looking forward to Halloween next week?
I'm so excited for Halloween. It's one of my favorite events of the year.
Oh my gosh, me too. And I'm even more excited because CTV is actually doing a live show in the Montfort Quad at noon on Halloween, and we all get to dress up. So
we'll have a lot of great stories about Halloween and things going around Fort Collins. So
exactly, I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
Okay.
Sounds good. Well, that's all the time we have for you tonight. For new updates, check out collegian.com.
And thanks for joining us tonight. Have a great week, Rams.